All right. So this is where we at. Today I'm breaking down the young brother Casanova's case. All right, because I want to bring clarity so that everyone understand what it is that he's facing, in case they know someone else that might be facing the same thing, or they're thinking about going down that road, so they know this is a very serious issue. Okay, RICO, that's the charge in the indictment. That's the mother of the indictment. Okay, RICO stands for Racketeering Influence Organization Act. That's short for RICO. Okay, so now RICO is something what they use where they could throw everything under the rug. RICO is where they turn around and they say that you violated any law that carries more than a year and a day. You know what I mean? Anything more than a year and a day is considered as furthering of your criminal activity, saying that you're in charge of a criminal enterprise, an enterprise of corrupt organization. That's why it's racketeering influence corrupt organization. You know what I mean? You're saying you got a corrupt organization going where you just got a hodgepodge of breaking the law. You know what I mean? So you could extort, run a gambling spot, run ID fraudulent thing as far as where you're forging IDs, you ripping off the government. You know what I mean? Just anything that carries more than a year and a day, they call that a corrupt organization. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that's what he's charged with. Now, with that alone, that has to be tied in with conspiracy. Conspiracy is saying that you conspired with someone to do something. Conspiracy is a tricky joint, though. Conspiracy is a thing where they turn around and they say that it's a thought crime. If you think about breaking the law with someone, you can be charged for thinking about breaking the law. And that's what's so dangerous about it, and what makes it so easy. That's, to get, minorities off the street. These charges was not made for minorities. These charges was made for big organizations that's like extorting the garbage business. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas like back in the days, you had the mafia was in charge of all the garbage. Nobody can get their garbage taken out unless they went through this crime family or that crime family. That's RICO. You know what I mean? That's organized, corrupt organization. You know what I mean? Now, that was made for them. That wasn't made for little minorities like us running the streets. But, they know how to tweak it. You know what I mean? So now the young brother Casanova, from what I read from his indictment, they charged with a lot of paper fraud, white collar crimes, But when they tag it onto the RICO, that's what brings it federal. Because everything they did was within the state of New York. From what I looked at, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Westchester, and so on, it was within the state of New York. So therefore, it's supposed to be a state charge. But that's not enough time. You know what I mean? They want to bury the young brother. So they take it over to the federal court, and then they call it a RICO, a Racketeering Influence Organization Corrupt Act. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But that's how they do it, and that's how they get away with it. But now, the RICO is nothing to play with, man. You know what I mean? And the conspiracy, like I said, the conspiracy is a thought crime. If you think about breaking the law, if me and you talk about breaking the law, we don't break the law, but we talk about breaking the law, and the police get wind of it, they can say that we conspired to break the law. We didn't do it. We conspired. Conspiring is thinking of doing it. If you're thinking of doing something, you could be charged for it. So therefore, if I come to you and I talk to you and I say, look, I need you to, fill out this application so that, we could defraud the government. You know what I'm saying? And you tell me, no, you're not going to do it. Cool. You think. But because you didn't report me, because you know about the crime that I'm intended to commit, because you didn't report me, you can be locked up. For conspiracy, for conspiring with me. Because you conspired with me because you kept it a secret from the authorities. That's how easy conspiracy is. So let's get that straight before you think about talking about doing anything illegal with anyone that, that you down with, or anyone that you might know. Because it's not worth it. Remember, conspiracy is a thought crime. So now when you tack RICO on it, that doubles the time. Let's say conspiracy looking at 5 years. Now with the RICO's automatically looking at 10 years. Now let's take this into the CCE. CCE stands for Continued Criminal Enterprise. That's what I was charged with, 848. 848 is something totally different. 848, it's basically in the same chain, because both of them is saying that you're the leader of that organization. You know what I mean? CCE, Continued Criminal Enterprise. saying that I'm the leader of that continual drug enterprise. You know what I mean? CCE means drugs. RICO just means anything that carries more than a year and a day. Okay, so that means fraudulent checks or anything like that. They can stick it and call it a RICO and say a bunch of us conspired to break the RICO law. You know what I mean? So therefore, we have to be careful with who we talk to and what we allow them to say to us. Like I had people ask me, hey, Unique, I know you were doing your thing back in the day. Could you introduce me to somebody? No. You know what I mean? I don't want to know what you're doing. Don't come at me with that again. You know what I mean? Because I'm not in that field. And I'm not trying to get caught up. So that's where that's at. So I just wanted to break down what the RICO meant and the CCE meant, just so everyone fully understand that. So that's what the young brother Casanova is charged with, the RICO. The RICO is just saying that they did many different crimes to facilitate a corrupt organization. The corrupt organization is everything that they've been doing. You know what I mean? As far as what they're alleged to have been doing, as far as, you know, filling out the paperwork and doing what they're doing. Because they were very intelligent young people. They should have took it in a different field. You know what I mean? What they was accused of. Because, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But right now, we just trying to, you know, give a little guidance to the youth so they understand these charges. So I want to break down what a RICO meant and what a CCE meant. So that's the lesson for this video. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to break down each one at a time so that you can understand. So remember, RICO. RICO stands for Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organization. RICO, like a person's name. Okay? So if you commit a crime that carries more than a year and a day to further your illegal activity, it don't have to be drugs. That's RICO. But now, with the CCE, it has to be drugs involved. It has to be a Title 21 drug violation. So if you're the man, I'm going to speak on CCE later. So right now, we're going to just make this about a RICO, but I touched on CCE just so that you know that that's coming. So that's your first lesson. Now, this tape and this video and my channel is just to enlighten the youth to the things that I didn't know about, that I should have known about. Okay? So that's where we at, man. So no disrespect. You know what I mean? We're just trying to enlighten the youth so they know, don't get involved, stay away from it. It's not worth it. All right? So from there, I'm going to tune out on the RICO. So this is the RICO lesson. That's what Casanova is charged with. So now you know what the RICO is. Now he's not charged with the actual RICO, from what I'm understanding, but he's on the indictment. So, but he's so far down the indictment, they're not satisfied because the young brother going hard telling him that he's going to exercise his Fifth Amendment right by shutting the F up. You understand what I'm saying? That's just exercising your Fifth Amendment right. Ain't promoting nothing, but just letting you know the same thing your lawyer tell you. Don't speak to anyone until you speak to your lawyer, period. So don't say I didn't tell you. That's where it's at. So that's the RICO. If there's any questions, put them in the comments and I'll make a video about it. You know what I mean? Put them in the comments. We make a video. I enlighten you. Try and keep you away from that wrong path. Just so that you know the little things you do can be added up and will be added up to bring you into something. But that conspiracy is a mother. The thought of breaking the law. If you go visit somebody at prison, they say, man, I'm tired of being in prison, man. I'm getting ready to break out, man. My man came up with a way to get up out of here, da-da-da-da. You understand what I'm saying? And you say, man, I don't want to even be involved in that. And you leave. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that person gets caught. And then they say, man, I told such and such when they came to visit me about it. Now they go pick you up and call you a co-conspirator because you conspired to keep it a secret from the authorities to prevent them from doing what they did. Conspiracy. RICO. Anything that carries more than a year and a day. I think I explained that pretty clear. I did the law while I was in there for 26 years. That's how I want my case to come home. I'll explain more about that later on. But right now, we're just touching on trying to help the youth to understand what's going on. All right? So enjoy your day and take this lesson with you. Don't let anyone talk to you about anything illegal, because then it'll be considered as you are conspiring with them. And we need you here to help teach the youth with me. All right?